The next category of Bayes theorem problem. The problem based on the bags and the different types of colored balls which are placed in that bag. Now, how we select the balls from the bag depends upon the given condition. The fourth problem is the contents of 3 bags are as follows. So bag 1 is consisting of 1 white, 2 black and 3 red balls. Bag 2 is consisting of 2 white, 1 black and 1 red ball. Bag 3 is consisting of 4 white, 5 black and 3 red balls. So different colors of balls are there in each different bags. Now, one bag is chosen at random. 2 balls are drawn. 2 balls are drawn. They happen to be white and red. What is the probability that they came from bag 1, bag 2 and bag 3 as well? So the questions are being from how many number of bags are given, those many number of bags will be considered. Now moving on to the solution. So first, see here, we need to identify what is the probability of selecting bag 1. See, in the earlier problems also we were directly given that out of 8,000, 4,000 scooters are manufactured, out of 8,000, 3,000 such we were given directly probabilities of P of E1, P of E2 and P of E3 values are given there. But here they said that there are 3 bags are there, but the total number of balls in each bag are different. They are not same and they are not considering all the balls in a whole. So the probability of selection of each bag was not mentioned. Okay. So here in this case, what do we do that? Let us suppose there are 5 students are there in a class. Now, what is the probability of selection of each person? It becomes obviously 1 by 5, right? If the die is having 6 faces, the probability of getting one number on each face is, the probability of getting each face is 1 by 6. If there are 20 students in a class, simply we have the probability of selection of one person is 1 by 20. Similarly, how many bags are given here? 3 bags are given. 3 bags are given. So the probability of selection of each bag also will be same. That means 1 by 3. Total number of bags are 3. So the probability of selection of each bag will be 1 by 3. So P of E1, P of E2 and P of E3 will be 1 by 3 itself. Okay. Let me write in the statement. Since there are 3 bags, since open 3 bags are given, the probability of selecting each bag will be 1 by 3. The probability of selecting each bag will be 1 by 3, comma. Then what happens here is equal to 1 by 3 is equal to 0.33 is the probability of selection of each bag now. Okay, I'll write the statement also. The probability of selecting each bag is 1 by 3. So we are done with that. Now, what is the second one which is given to us? Now we have to select the event A, right? So event A is the condition which is given in the question. See, one bag is chosen. Okay, we have gone with each and every bag. The probability is 1 by 3. And 2 balls are drawn. 2 balls are drawn. They happen to be white and red. They want only white and red. Though they are having white, black and red, they want only white and red. So how do we mention this? A be an event of selecting one white and one red ball, because they want two balls, right? Out of which one should be white and one should be red ball. Then what is the probability? Then what is the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 1? What is the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 2? First of all, let us find out these values, then only we can substitute in our question. So now, how do we find out the total number of exhaust events of each bag? Because since there are different balls, that means different number of balls which are there in the bag, the exhaustive cases of each bag will differ. And here again, the balls are being repeated. That means black balls are repeating, white balls are repeating, as well red balls are also keep on repeating. If there is a repetition, we use the concept which is called as combinations. Okay, if the numbers are not repeating, we don't have a concept of combination, but we here we have it. So now, first of all, let us bring out those answers from this given concept. Now let me paste the conditions over here. Now totally the first bag is consisting of how many balls? One white, two black and three red. So altogether there are 6 balls are there in first bag, and second one they are having 2 plus 1 plus 1, so 4 balls. And as well the third bag is having 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 3, they are having 12 balls. Now what are they saying us to do? They want us 2 balls to be drawn out of 6 balls. 2 balls has to be drawn out of 6 balls. That means that can be drawn in how many number of ways? It can be drawn in 6C 2 ways. 6C 2 ways. Similarly, 2 balls out of 4 can be drawn in 4C 2 ways. And next one is 2 balls out of 12 can be drawn in 12C 2 ways. See, this problem is a small typical problem. That's it. It's not a big twisty problem. It's a simple thing what you can remember also. Now, this is the exhaustive cases of bag 1, exhaustive cases of bag 2, and exhaustive case of bag 3. So now, these are the denominators of each and every bag. Now, we have to find out what is the probability of getting a one white and one red ball from bag 1. So, P of A by E1 is probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 1. What is the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 1? Now, favorable number of cases by exhaustive number of cases. Anyways, our exhaustive number of cases is what? It is 6C2. Now we have to identify what is our favorable number of cases. Now favorable number of cases means what? In the numerator, what is they are asking us to find out? They want first one white ball. So in bag, how many white balls are there? There are only one white. So 1 out of 1 can be drawn in how many number of ways? It can be drawn in 1C 1 into what is the second ball they are expecting, and second ball to be a red ball. How many red balls they do have? They have only 3. So now 3, 1 out of 3 can be drawn in how many number of ways? 3C 1. Why I'm drawing only one ball? Because they are asking me to get one white and one red ball from particular bag. So I got 1C1 into 3C1 divided by 6C2. 1C1 into 3C1 divided by 6C2. So once you find out this answer, 1C1 and 3C1 is 1C1 means it is 1 into 3C1 is 3. So divided by 6C2. How do we find out the answer of 62? Let me do here. So it is 6 factorial divided by 6 minus 2 factorial. So 4 factorial into 2 factorial. 2 factorial. So what is the result we might get here? I'm just doing it for a rough case. If people do not know the calculation, it would be clear over here. So I can write 6 factorial as 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 4 factorial means again 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 2 factorial is again 2 into 1. So here 4321 4321 gets cancelled. Next, and 2 and 6. That means 2 3s are 6. So what is the remaining value we get here? 3 into 5. 3 5s are 15. So the denominator will be 15. 62 answer is how much here? 15. It's for only the calculation purpose I have done over there. Okay. 62 is 15. So 3 by 15 means how much here? 1 by 5 is equal to 1 by 5 means 0.2. Okay. Now, next one. P of A by E2 is the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 2. Now, what is the favorable number of cases of getting one white and one red ball from bag 2? Since there are two whites, I can draw in two C1 ways and one red ball in one C1 ways. Now, just for the sake of convenience, I'm just copying this expression. So, since there are two white, I can draw in two C1 ways, and since there is only one red ball, I can draw in one C1 ways, and it is of 4C2. So, this is 4C2. So, now we have 2C1 is 2 into 1 divided by 4C2 is 6. That is equal 2 by 6 is 1 by 3. That means 0.33 would be the answer of P of A by E2. Now similarly, probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 3 is now again, let me copy this. Now we have 4 white, so 1 out of 4 can be drawn in 4C1 ways divided into, and we have 3 red balls, so we can draw 1 red ball out of 3 into 3C1 ways, and we have total number of balls is 12. So we have 12C2 over here. So now 4C1 means 4, 3C1 means 3, and 12C2, it is 12C2 means 12 into 11 divided by 2 factorial. So 12 into 11 divided by 2 factorial, because 10 factorial into 10 factorial will get cancelled over there to 6. 6 11 is 66. So the answer what we get is 12 by 66, right? 12 by 66 means 6 2s, 6 11s. 2 by 11 is the answer. 2 by 11. The simplest form of this value is 0.1818 would be the answer for that one. Okay. Just found out what is the probability of being selecting each bag, and now what is the probability of getting one white and one red ball from each bag. Only two things are done till now. Now the actual part is what? The first part is what is the see now the question here. Two balls are drawn. One bag is chosen at random and two balls are drawn. They happen to be white and red. what is the probability that it is from bag 1? That means if you have already selected that the balls are white and red, then what is the probability that it is from bag 1? So simply let's substitute the values over here. What do we get? The numerator value. Now probability of selecting first bag is 0.33 into, now probability of getting a one white and one red ball from bag 1 is how much? The answer is 0.2 here. Okay, now divided by the same expressions, all the three. First one is again P of E1 into P of A by E1 is 0.33 into 0.2 plus, now second expression, second values are what? Again the probability of selecting second bag also will be 0.33 itself, and the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 2 is 0. Again I got the answer as 0.33 plus, again the probability of selecting third bag is 0.33 again, and the probability of getting one white and one red ball is 0.1818. This is the denominator of the problem. So now by calculating this answer, we get the final answer as 0.281. That means the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 1 is 28.1% of chances. Okay, similarly let us find out what is the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 2. Now all the denominator values keep changes because total number of exhaustive cases will never change, only the numerator value keep changes. So this 0.2 will become 0.33. So that is how again final answer would be of after calculating we get 0.464. That means the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 2 is 46.4%. And similarly, finally, what is the probability of getting it from bag 3? So again the denominator keep changes, only the numerator value, denominator will keep constant and the numerator value will change. So it is 0.18 and 18. So that the answer for this problem is 0.256. That means the probability of getting one white and one red ball from bag 3 is 25.6% only. It is not that individual bags. We are considering all the same. That means out of 3 bags, what is the probability of selecting each bag? And in that, what is the probability of getting one white and one red ball? So this is how we calculate the answer. See, the actual time taking process in this problem is getting out these values. That means because since the balls are of different in each bag, the exhaustive cases of each bag will differ, and the value of simplification, that means calculation is very simple, but the identification of the 6C2, 4C2 and 12C2, once you are very clear about these three things, then the remaining things will be followed by the same one. Okay, favorable number of cases are very easy once you know the total number of exhaustive cases. And if the probability of selection of bags is not given directly, we will consider as the common value for all the three. If it is of 4 bags are given, we have the value as 1 by 4. That means 0.25 would be common for the probability of selection of each bag. That is how we have to identify the first cases, and as well we have to identify the exhaustive cases of each bag. Then only we can identify the probability of getting one red and one white ball from each bag. Finally, we can substitute in our the values which are being asked us to solve. So once again, if you wanted to identify whether our answer is perfect or not, you can just simply add these values. So this comes up to 28%, 28 plus 25% and plus 46%. Almost it is equal to 0.995 or something. So almost that means total probability is equal to 1. So we are up to the mark. This is how we do calculate the problems of Bayes theorem. And if you are having any doubts, you can ask me at any point of time. Thank you.